Okay, we're back. It's been a couple hours since. Actually, I actually dried this for about 5 hours. Um, the it was thicker, multiple layers, um, and the little stones they are nice and dry, and they turned out kind of cool. Little stones, little stones. Anyway, I can't wait to see what those look like when they're fired. We've taken those probably to at least 1375. We shall see. But this is the disc that was fired. So this is the glass bird mixture. So her medium, her binder, and you can see the two sandwich colors, the green, white, and white. White on either side of the green. So feels nice and dry. So I'm going to be press fusing or press firing this. So once I get rolled out, I still have a few more to make. So get started on that. But these go away for the moment and carefully because they're fragile. You don't want to be hammering on them. But this should be quite interesting to see what happens with it. I might do some enamel work on it. Not quite sure yet. Anyway, so okay, so that goes to one side. And the next one I'm going to do is actually my mix. And you saw how I reconstituted or added a little more powder to my other mixture. And it definitely is a lot better. So, yeah, it's not as tacky. Like I said, you still feel a little bit of granules on it, but that's normal on your hands. So I'll put it back in the bag. And again, that's the opaque white with my mix. So here we go. So I'm going to roll out 2 white discs and 1 green disc. I'm going to sandwich the green between the white. And this is my binder and Glassbird Studios medium. Roll up my sleeves. We're going to weigh this out. And do I want to? That'll be fine. Okay, so get my little scale, turn it on, get a piece of saran wrap or plastic wrap, whatever you want to call it, and put it on there. So my mix is 7.3. The previous one, even though I added a little bit more powder to this one too, this one is less weight. The other one was 8.6, the Lois Mano one, or the Glass Bird one. But anyway, 7.3. So that will be, get out your thinking hats. Where's my little, I left it out there. Let's break it in half. 3.5, 3.6, 3.7, 3.75. So that's how much I should have to make exactly half. And we'll just, that should be good enough. That's 3.8, 3.7. Okay. That goes over there. We take this, move it away from our table. Again, I'm going to massage it a little bit. Roll it around. Place it nicely in my center. And again, I made 6-inch discs out of the other one. And then I put them all together and rolled it out to 9 inches. So I'll do about the same here. And actually, do I want to spray again with the... Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Spray with my cooking spray. Remember, because mine sticks a little bit more definitely sticks more than Lois's, but we will get a little cooking spray on it, wipe it down first. I'm going to put the cooking spray, just a touch. I'm going to spread it around so there's hardly any on that. And then I'll put my ball back in the center. And squash it down. And because we are press firing these, that'll be going to a full fuse, so I'm not worrying about the white being a gray, as mentioned by Lois. But we will try to work with the extra white that I have. It was a little too tacky, so I made a new batch, which this is what this is, of the opaque white. So that's rolled out 6 inches. Flip it over. Pulling it off. Iron it off. Yeah, it still has a little bit of stickiness. Again, I'm just gonna press firing will take care of that, so that gets set aside. This aside. That goes aside. Gonna wipe off this again and put some more oil on it. Okay, a little bit more oil. There we go. Roll out this white clay, the opaque white center, squash. Another piece of plastic wrap. There we go. We're rolling it out to 6 inches. I said before, not pressing too hard. I'm just trying to get it evenly rolled out so it makes a relatively nice circle. I do like the organic edges, but I'm going to be cutting this into a circle anyways. But you'll see what else I'm going to be doing with it in a second. Okay, 6 inches. Flop. And here's my little spatula. I'll get it started. Okay. Okay. That can get it set aside. And now I take my green out of here. Set this up again. I'll wipe this down again. Just with a glass cleaner. There we go. And spray it again. I said, and I didn't notice any difference. Where's my green? There it is. With me not using the spray and with me using the spray, there was no carbonization when it got fired, so there's no brown markings on the stuff that I sprayed. It's like patting a baby's bum. Okay, so now I need a new piece of Saran wrap. Should be nice to have a little bit wider if you're going to be rolling out the wider piece of glass, or the clay, or modeling glass, whatever you want to call it. Okay, I'm going to do another 6-inch. Of course, because of the little bit of oil, it's moving around on me. That's okay. Done. Okay, flop it over. Remove it. I'm carefully going to remove it. Okay, so that gets put out of the way. I'm gonna clean that up. Let's put that there. Clean this up again. Okay, now I'm gonna take one of the white pieces. And white pieces gets put into the center. So it's about 6 inches. There we go. And I'm going to make a 9-inch disc, but we're going to put this piece on top of that. So there we go. Goes on top. That gets removed. And then I get my last piece of white, and that gets put on top of that. Okay. And that gets removed. Okay, so I'm going to roll that out. Actually, don't need to remove it, but there we go. So now I'm just going to roll this out, just to get them so they're all together. And then I'm going to pick it up and you'll see what I'm going to do. I'm going to make another ball out of it. So, okay. Now, it doesn't matter what size it is because I'm actually going to do this to it. So I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to take it off. And I'm going to marbleize it. Here we go. Okay, now I'm going to put this onto the mat. I'm definitely going to spray it this time again because it definitely feels a little wet. Okay, on it goes. Squash it down. This makes a nice 5-inch disc all on its own. Okay, now I'm going to put this on top. And I'm going to try to roll it out to 9 inches. So we have enough material on either side. Move this away. 9-inch. To 9 inches, but we can try. There's a 9-inch mark. We get it evenly rolled out. Start at one end, move it. Okay. I'm going to do a little bit more because I want to make some of those little glass balls again, or rocks. That's what they're going to become. Okay. Take this off. Ta-da! I actually don't want that. Okay, get my dull X-Acto blade. I'm kind of going to guess where the 9" is, so now we can actually lift it up a little bit. There we go. So and just kind of approximating where that 9" line is. It's not going to be perfect. Just cut a 9" circle out of a... Okay, now this gets pulled up. I'm going to set it to one side because I make my little rocks out of it. And this is still quite tacky and moist, a lot moister than the last bird stuff is. Okay, and then I'm just going to take my finger and push it out, or smooth it so it's not a 90-degree angle cut. Okay, and that is going to go in the kiln. Very cool. Okay, let's make my rocks. And these are going to be just kind of random shapes. The big ones. Random rock sizes, pebbles, make a couple of little ones. That's very cool. Like I said, I love working with clay, so this is definitely satisfying my lack of having exposure to clay in the last few years. So exposure to a lot of other things, but not clay. Okay, so we're gonna, there we go. So those are going to go in the kiln. And I'm going to dry it probably the same amount of time, take like 3 to 5 hours. I just wanted to make sure that all the pieces were actually nice and dry, or especially this piece. I did actually flip it over after about 2.5 hours. I found that after about an hour, I went to try to flip it and it was still not ready, not dry enough to do that. So I held it for another 1.5 hours and it still was kind of a little sticky on the other side. So I could have waited for at least another ½ hour anyway. But yeah, you saw how it turned out. So this one is going in the kiln. And we'll see you for the next one in a few hours.